Hey there, I'm Laura from 5 out of 4 Patterns and welcome to the Shenanigan Skort Sew Along sponsored by Serge Fabric Shop. Today we're printing and we're taping and we're cutting pattern and fabric. I'm not even going to talk anymore because we got work to do. All right, let's get this put together. If you're new to 5 out of 4 or just new to PDF patterns in general, you're just going to line up the guidelines, and in our newer pattern, this isn't one of our newer patterns, but in our newer patterns, you'll have the gray guidelines, and then you'll also have like a diamond that you can line up as well. That just makes it even easier to put together. But you're going to line up your guidelines here. You're not going to line up the edge without a guideline up to the guideline of the other page. So you're not going to cover up the guideline. You're just going to go up to it. So you can see that you can still see the gray. All right, let's continue on. I'm going to put together the entire pattern. Now, if you find that your guidelines aren't matching up perfectly, that's okay. It doesn't have to be perfect because our printers will pull things a little bit unevenly. If it's really, really off by a lot, well, that's a different case, a different scenario that you may have to re-download or reprint or whatever. But for the most part, you're not going to have those issues, extreme issues, I should say. Okay, here we go. We are ready to start cutting. First, if you're wanting to do the ball pocket, make sure you're cutting out that piece and don't lose it like I inevitably do. All right, now I'm going to move on to the pieces here at the bottom. These are the skirt front, or the Skort front and the Skort back. There are two choices you need to make. You need to make a choice on your rise and you need to make a choice on your length. I am going to choose the mid-rise and the safe length. So the mid-rise and the mid-length. That's what I'm going to do for both of the skirts that I'm making. There's that. Let's move that to the side and let's do the back one, the back piece. So I'm going to again cut. You have two different lines here. On the front Skort piece, you had 3 lines. You had a high rise, a mid rise, and a low maternity rise. In this, you have 2. So the tallest one is for your high rise and the shorter one is for both the low maternity and mid rise. So I'm going to be cutting, since I'm doing the mid rise, cutting on this lower line and at the safe length. Let's move over here to this. These are our flounce pieces, the front flounce and the back flounce. And if we look carefully, it tells us here the shorter cut lines are for the shorter skirt length. So the longest cut line would be for the longest skirt length, the middle one for the mid, and safe. I think it's prudent, safe, and sporty spice. So the short one is sporty spice, the middle one is safe, and the outer one is prudent. Since I'm doing the middle, the safe one, I'm gonna cut the middle. Okay, and I'm gonna do the same thing with the back flounce. Now let's hop all the way over here to the left side. This is our waistband, so let's just cut that out. All right, now let's take a look here. This is something you don't have to add to, some people don't. I think it's recommended that you add a gusset to your Skort, like the shorts part of your Skort, and it's based on size. Go ahead and cut the one that coordinates with your size. Okay, so now we have one piece left to cut, and that is our shorts piece. Now, again, you have a couple of choices to make. You have a rise choice to make, and you have a length choice to make. So for the rise, I'm gonna correspond that obviously with what I did with my skirt. So I did the mid-rise on the Skort section, so I'm gonna do the mid-rise on my shorts section. Now, if we look down at the lengths here, we can see that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 different lengths to choose from. We have the 1 1/4 inch inseam, which is the shortest, and you won't be able to see it. It won't peek out the bottom of any of the skirts. Then you have the 3 inch inseam, and this will show below the sporty length skirt. So it's shorter, or I'm sorry, it's longer than the skirt itself, so you'll be able to see that. The 5 inch inseam will show below the sporty and the safe length skirts. So it's longer than even the safe length, and the 7 inch inseam will also show underneath the sporty and safe length skirts. So for me, I don't want my shorts to show, and I'm doing the safe length, so I am going to pick the 3 inch seam allowance, or inseam, excuse me, because that is the one that will not show under, from under the skirt. I'm sorry. I could do the 1.25 inch inseam, but I think that I will like the 3 inch one better for my body. So let's get to cutting. All right, so we've got everything cut out. This is the time that if you know you need to make any adjustments, like seat adjustments or a full tummy adjustment or a thigh adjustment, whatever the adjustments you normally make, this is the time to make them to your pattern pieces. Otherwise, it's time to grab our fabric. All right, I want to show you the fabric that I got from our sponsor, Surge Fabrics. Here is one, and here's the other. I'm super excited about these fabrics. They are gorgeous, right? I saw this one, had to have it. The colors are just amazing, but this one, I don't know what it is about this print that just made me super happy. It is very, very cool, and I'm gonna make a skirt out of each of these because, you know, why not? This one I'm gonna add a flounce to. This one I'm not gonna add a flounce to. I am so excited. This fabric it's an athletic wear or active wear kind of fabric, and it feels so good. Here's another athletic wear fabric that I purchased from Surge Fabric last summer, actually. I thought I would make an agility tank out of it, and then I got scared to use it because look how gorgeous it is. So you never know, I might make another skirt out of this fabric too. It is just, oh. And these are all athletic wear fabric, and they are just indescribably beautiful. They're going to be lovely for summer. I'm pretty sure you can use this for swim. It would be a heavy swim, which is great. You're going to get great coverage with it. It is just, I mean, come on, look at these fabrics. Ugh, they're gorgeous, right? So anyway, let's cut some fabric. All right, so for this pattern, we need 50% stretch. Going 4 ways. So these 2 ways and these 2 ways, right? And so my greatest stretch is this way because here's my selvage. And so the greatest stretch is this way. And you can see that I've got a ton of stretch there. Now the other direction, I need at least 50% as well. So I'm gonna grab about 4 inches and I want it to stretch to 6 inches. And it does a great job. You can see it really stretches a lot. And the great thing about this particular fabric, which is something you need to look for, is that it has tons of recovery. That is why I love athletic fabric. It's just really good stuff. All right, let's get our pattern pieces and get this thing moving. One of the awesome things about the Shenanigan skirt is there aren't a lot of pieces. So you've got your shorts piece, which you're going to cut 2 of, and we'll rearrange the fabric for that. So I'm going to set that to the side. But we do have some things that need to be cut on the fold. So a front flounce and a back flounce need to be cut on the fold. I need 2 of those. The waistband needs to be cut on a fold, and both of the skirt pieces need to be cut on the fold. Now, if you have a directional print, you need to pay attention to how you place your pattern pieces so they all, the direction or your print direction is the same. You know, you don't want one going this way and one going this way. They both need to either go this way or they both need to either go this way based on the print. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these, because this is the fold, I'm gonna go ahead and turn this over because I know that straight edge needs to be on the fold. Let me grab some pattern weights. Okay, same with this, it also needs to be on the fold. All right, so on the other side, I'm trying to fix this for you so you can see it, even if it's just the tiniest bit. I'm going to do my flounces. My front flounce, my back flounce, and my, whatever this thing is called, gusset, all right? So the flounce needs to go on the fold like this, okay? I'm coming all the way down here with it. So it's going to curve. See that? Let me put one pattern right there. And I need to do the same with the other flounce. And notice they go in opposite directions. I can turn it this way, and that will make it much easier. So I'll use less fabric if I go that way, but you just got to make sure you're on the fold. And then we have our gusset, and hopefully, oh, it doesn't fit there. That's okay. We'll put it right here, or maybe I'll wait. How do I want to do this? I only need one gusset, so I'm actually going to, oh, the stretch needs to go this way, right? So I'm going to put this right here. So pay attention. See, I almost messed it up. We need to pay attention to where the stretch, the greatest stretch, that's what that means, okay? So I'm gonna put that there. I only need one, even though there's 2 layers there. I'm gonna cut these out, and then I'm gonna come back to my waistband, because as you can see, even at the fold, it's longer, and so I'll need to rearrange the fabric for that. Oh, one of the things I need to make sure that I cut out is a pocket. I forgot about that, so I'm gonna put that on that side right there, the ball pocket. All right, let's move our skort pieces out of the way, and let's move on to our flounce pieces. Now I need to rearrange my fabric a little bit so that I can cut out the shorts piece and the waistband piece. All right, so I'm gonna go selvage to selvage here. I'm gonna connect the 2 selvage pieces or sides, and then I'm just going to fold it like that. Okay, this gives me about 30 inches to work with, which is more than adequate for what we need. Okay, so my camera just decided all of a sudden it was gonna stop recording, so I did not get to show you how I cut my shorts and my waistband. So I'm not gonna cut them again, but I'm gonna show you how I laid them out. Now you can see here, well, let me pull this down here. You can see here that I'm selvage to selvage. I folded the fabric in half at the selvages here, and I just need to place my pattern pieces. This is my shorts piece, and cut just like this. You could see I'm going to be cutting 2, and it wants them to be mirror images. And if I fold them wrong sides together or right sides together at the selvages, I'm going to have mirror images, so I don't have to think about that too much. Next, I have the waistband, which I will place on the fold. Then I will place my pattern weights, and I will cut them out. And magically, this is what they're going to look like. Here they are, magically cut out. Here's my waistband. And here's my shorts. Let me get those together. I don't know if you can see, but let's look at this pattern piece quickly. We've got something here labeled back seam. So what I've done is I've separated my pieces, and I've placed a pin at the back seam to remind me that that is the back and not the front. Additionally, to mark things, just to make it easier for myself, I grabbed the back flounce. Here's the back flounce piece. Okay, here it is. And I also placed a pin in that as well. And I do this because the back flounce and the front flounce, just at first glance, they look exactly the same. Now they obviously aren't, otherwise we would have two pieces that are exactly the same. But I want to make sure I don't mix them up. So I place a pin in the fabric itself so that when I come around to the steps to do the flounce, I know which one is the back and the front, even if I lose the pattern piece. All right? So we are officially done with day one. All of our pieces are cut out. And I'm going to say goodbye to you for today, and I'm going to cut out my other skort. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow for day two.